Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Hello everyone, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Gobind and this is your Channel for Grace. Thank you guys so much for being here live, and thank you to those of you that are watching the replay. We're going to do some mini readings tonight. We already have 2 people on the list, and the way that this works is I'll tell you the order of the list, and basically the order is the order of the payments that came in. To get on the list, you send $25 to my PayPal account. The link is in the description of this video, so just X out of the chat and open up, expand the title and the description, and you'll have the link right there. You send $25, and then I'm going to add your name to the list. When it is your turn, I will tell you, and then that's when you post your question. And if you're getting an astrology reading, your information, which is your date of birth, your time of birth, and the location. That's the information that I'm going to need to pull up your natal chart. But you can choose from an astrology reading. Within astrology, you can do a progress chart reading. You can do a synastry reading. We can look at transits, or we can look at your natal chart. And I can also pull some cards. I have some new decks that we're going to be using. This is the first time I'm using these decks, so I'm really excited about that. If you want an oracle intuitive channeled message, and those are your options, and there's plenty of room on the list, you guys, so you can get on it. I do want to say hi to everybody that's in the chat. Hello, Yoni, welcome in. Hello, Heather, welcome in. Hello, Shannon. Hello, Humble Ra. Hello, Nelvin and Sanders and Maria. Thank you so much, Shannon, for putting up that information. I really appreciate it. And before we dive into tonight's mini readings, I do want to invite you, if you're new to the channel, to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified when I go live. Because usually I just go live. Sometimes I upload videos, but mostly I go live. So when I do, you get notified if you have that notification bell hit. Hello, Rebecca. Welcome in. If you don't know the time of birth, that's okay. We won't be able to do a progress chart reading. I'll just use like 12 p.m. if we're going to look at your natal chart, and I'll talk about what we can and can't determine with that. But I'm able to do it if you don't know the time of birth. That's a good question, though. Let's see. The other thing is make sure to download my free moon astrology guide. It'll tell you what your psychic gifts are based off of your moon sign. It enters you into my email list, and I send out a weekly moon magic report. I also would love to have you join our Starseed membership. It is a monthly subscription, only $22 a month. You can also get the whole year, I think for $240, something like that. Anyways, there's a discount there for every month. Super affordable. And what you get is guidance through all of these powerful astrological transits in real time. So whenever there's a powerful shift in the astrology, a powerful aspect that's going to be affecting us, I make a video or I send you an email. We also have live events, and we get to gather together to celebrate different powerful stargates or moon portals, sun portals, and I kind of talk about all of that in the membership. So I would love for you to join us in our Starseed membership. We just had our live event for Aquarius season, which was a ceremony to celebrate Imbolc, which is one of the cross-quarter holidays in between the winter solstice and the spring equinox. We also celebrated the Chinese New Year of the water tiger, and we did a shamanic healing journey to help us find the spirit animal that will teach us how to spark our sacred flame, which is what Imbolc is all about, what this time of the year is all about. And I also just recently sent out the meditation for the new moon in Aquarius. Every new moon and full moon, I make a video and I give you a journal PDF that you can print out so you can align yourself with the energies of the new and the full moons and do a meditation to help you connect with that as well. So we are going to begin our readings. Raesa is the first one on the list. And then after Raesa, we have Yoni. And so I do need you to if you posted your information, I do need you to post it again because it's kind of hard for me to keep flipping through it kind of depends on how many people are here. But so make sure you have your information copied, and then you can just paste it into the chat when I call your name. And I just noticed that Heather, you got on the list. So we're going to add your name right over here. Okay, so Raesa, go ahead and put up your question and let me know what kind of reading you want. If you want astrology or if you want an oracle and tarot card reading. I have a new tarot deck. What's it called? Spirit Song. It's these really beautiful cards. They're just amazing, and I can't wait to use them. So somebody will get a reading tonight, and we'll get an opportunity to use them. So I'm really excited about that. Awesome, Heather. I got you down on the list. You are number 3 on the list. Tracy, hello. I forgot how to sign up. It's not full. We would love to do a reading for you, Tracy. X out of the chat. Expand the description of this video. Click on the title. There's a link right there, and you send $25 to my PayPal. Okay, awesome. An oracle, tarot card reading. So what is the question that you have that you want me to answer with the oracle cards? And I will show you. I need to find a little more space here because everything is kind of all over the place. I'm actually getting ready for tomorrow, which is week 2 of our Moon Goddess training. We're going to go into the Temple of Isis and discover the law of generation, which is one of the 7 laws of the universe. We're going to talk about the moon centers tomorrow. We're going to talk about how to use our emotions, what emotions are really for, what are they really about, and how to work through the emotions and actually use them the way they were meant to be used. It's going to be a really, really amazing opportunity. Okay, so thank you, Shannon, for posting that up. Make sure to save your question for when I call your name, and then you're going to post it in the chat when it's your turn. Did I say hi, Rebecca? I just now saw that you were here, but I think I did say hi. I don't know. Kind of all over the place today. So I usually do for the tarot and oracle readings, I pull 5 cards. An intuition card, a challenge card, an overall theme, and then wisdom from the ancestors, and then an animal spirit. But instead of an animal spirit, we're going to pull a sacred geometry card from the sacred geometry, the new sacred geometry deck. And I'll also, if I feel the call, we'll use the quartz, the crystal quartz cards to add some more clarification. Okay, here we go. Well, hello again, Rebecca. Whatever spirit wants to share with me about my journey. All right, so let us begin. These cards are so slippery because they're new. Okay, where do I put this? Right there. Dude, I literally have a mountain of things. All right, so let me shuffle this deck because it is new, but I will pull that one out because that one came out for you, and I'm actually really excited. All right, so what is the challenge? I'll check, Maria. I'll check. Give me 1 second. And if I have to fix the order, I'll fix it. All right, overall theme for Raessa. There we are. Wisdom from the ancestors. You're welcome. Wisdom from the ancestors. All right, here we go. And then what is the sacred geometry card that wants to say something to you? It's going to kind of guide you. All right. I love it. Okay. So the first card that we get is the 5 of Feathers, which is also, the feather are the air element. And so this is also like the 5 of Swords. So the intuition, let's see if you can kind of see there's a little, is that what kind of animal is that? Is that an opossum? I think it's an opossum. What is this animal, you guys? What is it? It's got like a hard shell. It's not is it an opossum? I think it is. Anyways, the 5 of Feathers. So what the universe is wanting to tell you with this message, with this card, which is in the intuition spot, is strategy and resilience. That that you need to be resilient right now, and the way that you're going to find more resiliency in your life. An armadillo. Thank you, Chanel. Don't worry about what Jai says about the animals. Okay. But the hard shell, it's like it's protected. It's protected. And it's almost like I feel that you're also, you're also have some kind of protection around you. And I don't know if this protection that is around you, Ressa, is because you are overprotecting yourself, or if it's because the universe is protecting you. It kind of feels like overprotecting of the self. It also feels like this is the resiliency that comes. It is from a place of being grounded, and it comes from a place of having that protection to the most. Oh no, Rebecca. That sucks. So strategy and resilience. What you need to strategize. This is an important, very self-protective animal. Interesting. That is so funny because I felt that energy when I saw it. So Shannon says they're a very self-protective animal. They curl up and their hard shell protects them against predators. There you go. So to build resiliency, to almost help yourself not have to protect yourself so much, you have to build that resiliency. And to build that resiliency, you need to strategize. So something important that you need to do right now, it's okay, Rebecca, is to strategize in your life. The challenge card is the 9 of Shells. Well, this is actually a beautiful card. Hello, Sandra. Welcome in. The 9 of Shells is basically the 9 of Cups. There's this cute little penguin in this card. It's so sweet, this little penguin. And it's a card of your wishes coming true. This is also a card of gratitude and fulfillment. So I think that the reason why this is in the challenge position, the penguins too, like they live in places that are super cold, and they also are very, very resilient. And whenever things are difficult, there is a powerful opportunity for you to find gratitude within it. And I think that's the challenge, is can you find gratitude through, you know, what you are experiencing right now in your life, through knowing that you're on the path, you know, and you're moving forward. And sometimes you may feel like you're overprotecting yourself, you're being a little too careful, but finding the gratitude is going to be key to moving through this challenge, feeling fulfillment just from knowing that you're on the path. And this is a powerful energy, an acknowledgement of yourself. Awesome, Tracy. Okay, the overall theme, the Three of Acorns, which I believe is the Three of Pentacles. This is, is it the Pentacles? Yeah, I think it is the Pentacles. I could be wrong. But anyways, this is the giraffe comes through. I love how, even though we're not pulling animal cards, there's a bunch of animals coming through with these cards. So the giraffe, think about what the giraffe has, the capability of seeing from up above. That's the overall theme. You're gaining a higher perspective of yourself. This is about having foresight and allowing yourself to explore. So looking beyond what is right in front of you, finding the gratitude for the path that you're on, finding your resiliency, you know, and strategizing in your life so that you can continue to move forward. The giraffe is helping you to find that higher perspective, that foresight that will help you to move forward in your life. And you need to allow yourself to explore. Or right now, this is a moment, because this is the overall theme, you are in a space of exploration. You are experimenting with life. And when you experiment with life, you learn about new things. That's how we learn, is through experimenting with what we're learning. The wisdom from the ancestors is the Four of Shells, which is the Four of Cups. So what they're asking you to do, this is also, I think it's a swan. It's an interesting, it looks like both a swan and a flamingo. Or maybe this isn't even that. Maybe this is a blue heron. Yeah, because blue herons have long feet. Okay, I think this is a blue heron, you guys. I love that we're using a new deck, by the way. And that you guys get to experience it together. So it looks like it's the blue heron. Because it's definitely not a swan. Jai's processing, mental processing is hilarious, isn't it? It looks like a blue heron. Okay. Anyways, the Four of Shells, soul searching and reevaluation. So your spirit guides are asking you to reevaluate where you're at. They're saying there's something that you need to rethink. There's something that you need to reevaluate. And you're searching for the answers. So yeah, soul searching is all about the frequency of knowing that you will find yourself by going into the unknown. And the sacred geometry, it looks like a crane. Yeah, it could be a crane as well. The sacred geometry card that comes out for you is the divine doorway. The divine doorway. So it's very beautiful portal looking card. But it is and it sucks that you guys can't see them that good. Anyways, there's a spiral, there's a person in the center, there's lotus flowers, the divine doorway. So step through the door. This is, hello Nelly, welcome in. This is the answer. You need to step through the door. You need to trust and step through the door. Whatever that is for you, you got to go in to the deep. You got to go into the unknown and search for your soul search. Really beautiful. I hope that resonated with you, Raessa. Thank you again for getting a reading. And next we have Yoni. So go ahead and put up your question, and I'm going to update, while Yoni puts up her question, I'm going to update the list. I just dropped my pen. We'll have to figure out what it's all about. Okay. All right. Okay. So we had Raessa, we had Yoni. Okay, so after Yoni, it's actually Maria. I missed that one. After Maria, it's Heather. And after Heather, it's Mary. And that is the update. Okay. All right. Let's come back into the chat. Thank you, Shannon. And thanks, Nellie. We've got so far, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 on the list right now. We're doing Yoni's reading. All right, natal, please. So what have you ever had a natal chart reading? Do you want me to just in general look at your natal chart and see what we can find? Or is there a specific question that you have about your chart? Because sometimes I know not everyone knows astrology terms, so I want to figure out exactly what's going to be the best type of astrology reading to do to answer the question that you have. Okay, Mary is actually Tracy. Okay. Magic Dan says, just joined. Love a mini reading from New Zealand. Welcome in, Magic Dance from New Zealand. To get a reading, you have to just click the link that Stories from the Lion's Men just posted and send $25. That's my PayPal account. Once you get on it, then I will add you to the list. And right now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 people before you. All right, let me enter this information in. Okay, so we've got January 28th, 68, and we've got 1416, and then we have St. Louis. All right. I'm not sure what to... Have you ever had an astrology reading? We can look at your natal chart. If you've never... January 1968. So do you want to understand yourself better? Do you want to... I guess maybe we can just look at your natal chart. I know this is kind of a tough question to answer. All right, let me share the screen now. Hello, Valerie. Welcome in. You're going to see the chart any moment now. Let's just stick to the basics. Okay. So here we go. You should be able to see the chart on the screen. And when I do like a natal chart reading, I go over like sun, moon, the rising sign, the Venus. It's all of these different aspects of yourself that you get to understand better. So you have your sun in the sign of Aquarius. So this means that the soul, the essence of your soul, is this Aquarius energy. And Aquarius energy is all about it's transformation, but it's almost like an activation. It's a Kundalini awakening. It's also Sun in Aquarius can be very stubborn. They are very open-minded. They're also very unique. They have just a uniqueness to them. And this is a part of the essence of your soul. It's like you are a unique soul, and you really are here to see the world in a different way, because Aquariuses can see the world in a different way, and they focus on the future. There's something about looking beyond, and they care a lot about what other people think and what other people are feeling. And these are important things to an Aquarian soul. Very powerful things to an Aquarian soul. You also, if I can add on Mercury here, this is how you think too. So Mercury in Aquarius is your mind is very much innovative. It likes to find new ways of doing things. It asks a lot of questions. It needs to understand bigger picture. So Aquarian energy can be about worldview and understanding your worldview. And so Mercury can help you. The mind of Mercury here in an Aquarius sign means that you are inquisitive about the world. You want to understand the world. And the way you understand the world and the way that you have these thought patterns is you focus on the bigger picture. Those are two aspects of who you are. Now, your emotions, so how you feel, you tend to, and this is interesting because an Aquarius energy is also tends to restrict their emotions. They're more like cold in a way. And I don't mean that by that you're like a cold person. What I mean is that literally Aquarius rules ice. Uranus rules like ice, the energy of ice. So what ends up happening is not a resistance of the emotions, but they're so logical that they tend to think of their emotions, and they tend to think of how they feel as ways that can sometimes move them out of their logical mind. And so they tend to resist a little bit, like feeling the emotions. They tend to be a lot more detached. When you add this moon in Capricorn to the picture, what you get is you really restrict your emotions. So you may have a very hard time letting yourself feel things. You have to learn that if you restrict your emotions too much, if you try to control your emotions too much, you'll never allow yourself the deeper experiences. You'll stay kind of on the surface of things, and the deep healing happens when you go within. But there's also a wisdom that comes through that is expressed through Capricorn energy. It's your moon in Capricorn. There's a wisdom there. There is, people probably feel like they can kind of rely on you, because you express this wisdom through you, and you understand things from kind of a higher perspective, like Sun in Aquarius. So you just have to learn. Part of what you're here to learn is how to accept your emotions and not feel like they're hindering you in any way. Emotions are a very important tool to understanding ourselves and to work with and heal ourselves. All right. You have a Cancer rising. So this is actually really good. This is really good. This makes me happy because this also means that you have a connection here in your chart to allowing yourself to feel. And this is how, when we look at the whole picture, we start to understand ourselves better. So even though sometimes you restrict your emotions, there are moments where you completely allow yourself to feel. Cancer is the sign that is ruled by the moon. And the moon, when it's in Cancer, it feels the best. It feels like it can flow. It feels like it can feel. It feels like it can allow itself to move. And that's the key, to allow your emotions to continue to move through. So you identify yourself, you're very nurturing as well. At the same time that you kind of restrict yourself, you're also very nurturing as well. So that's important. Now, what do you desire most in life is found in Venus. To have Venus in the 7th house is significant. She's strong here. She's actually in Capricorn. And so what you have been actually experiencing lately is a very intense Venus retrograde in Capricorn. So relationships have been changing a lot for you. You've been learning what relationships you're just not willing to spend any more time on. The relationships that you're just not ready to that you don't want to deal with anymore, because they really take away from valuable things that you could be focusing on. But Venus in Capricorn also, you're very ambitious. You like to have goals, and what you desire is to reach towards towards that goal, to reach towards the mountaintop and climb that mountaintop, and you understand that it takes hard work. Relationships for you have to be they're kind of like a status symbol. So you'll tend to be attracted more or drawn to people that have their shit together, that people that help you to like have more status in life. However, whether that's money or career, like where they have to have like the right career, there's a certain image, there's a certain standard that you desire in relationship. And if the relationship doesn't really match that standard, you won't feel that drawn, you won't feel like in love with it. And that's part of your Venus, understanding what you desire and why. Pisces, Mars in Pisces, this is your action and your drive. So the way that you take action to receive those things is you actually have a very intuitive way of going of finding the ways to take action. These are very interesting energies, a very mix of energies in your chart. And this lesson of, understanding your own divinity and understanding your relationship to the divine, to God, whatever you want to call it, source energy, is one of the biggest lessons that you're here to learn, is to understand and find your connection to your own divinity. It's almost like sometimes you feel like there is no God. You've gone through life and things have happened where you feel like there's no connection, there is no God. But the truth is that you're learning to find it. That's why you are confronted with situations in your life that make you feel like there is no God, that kind of thing. But you are very intuitive in terms of how you take action. So it's important that you allow these intuitive hits to come in. You'll feel something that says, do that. And it'll feel like then your mind will take over and it'll say, well, is this really the right thing? Don't be logical about those intuitive hits. You need to just follow that intuition, because you'll notice that if you follow it, it'll guide you to exactly the right thing at the right time, that it was the action that needed to be taken in order for you to actually get that thing that you were desiring in the first place. Obviously, if what you're desiring is really, because sometimes we say we want this, but our energy and our frequency is not really attracting that. And so we complain that the law of attraction doesn't work because we keep seeing things in our lives that are not what we want. So you have to tune into the right frequency of what you want. And sometimes that means letting go of old belief systems and limiting beliefs to allow you to actually bring in that abundance or whatever it is that you want. So in a nutshell, those are kind of the main things in the chart. And then I'll end with your North Node in Aries. In a past life with South Node Libra, also connected to Leo. It means that in a past life, you have had very codependent relationships. You have been very much needed other people to feel like your worth is connected to relationships. And so it's hard for you to detach from relationships. And you have been also, you felt like you were kind of the center of attention. But what you're here to learn in this life is to do things yourself, to stop relying so much on other people to help you do things. And that takes courage. That takes going on the hero's journey. And it takes doing something different and unique to you, allowing your uniqueness to shine through. So there we go. We're going to end with that. And then thank you again for getting that reading. And next we have Maria. And I'm going to read your question that I see is posted right there. Then we have Heather. And then Tracy. So I hope that resonated for you, Yoni. Okay, here we go. Maria, I am concerned about my niece. She was homeless as of the first of the year, trying to stay away from her drama, but I can't stop loving and worrying. So what's the question? What is the question? There's more, a little higher. I haven't heard from her for a month. So what do you want to know? Yeah, it was a pretty good reading, huh, Nelly? Awesome, Yoni. Love it. I love it when the readings resonate. So, yeah, we got Maria, then Heather, and then Tracy, just to update the list. And thank you, Nelly. Yeah, as an auntie myself, my heart really feels for your situation with your niece. Yeah, totally. While I wait for the clarification, Maria, I am going to close my door real quick. Hang on one second. But I'm assuming you want a card reading. So I'm going to start shuffling and see what comes up. We'll just see what the cards say. Whatever the cards say is whatever Maria needs to know right now about this situation. So that's how we're going to answer it. Okay, here we go. The first card is the Three of Shells, or the Three of Cups, which is about playfulness and bliss. The other energy that is found in this card is the dolphins. So there's three little dolphins, and dolphins are about healing. So dolphins are healing. And what I get from this energy, there's a joy. There is a frequency of everything is fine. So don't know if I should reach out because she manipulates me and I enable trying to stay away from her drama, but I know I want to know if she's okay or does she need real help. Oh, sorry. It's okay, Maria. It's okay. No worries. Okay. So let's see what keeps coming through. Come to my astral travel remembrance room sometime. What is that, Yoni? Okay, so Three of Shells, playfulness and bliss. Okay. Do you want to know what I feel from this energy? I feel like this feels like the answer. It feels like allow it to be what it is. Enjoy the fact that whatever is going on is the universe is seeing it in a completely different way. I feel like this is the universe talking to you. This is actually really powerful. A really powerful card. The universe is saying there's a spiral, right? They're swimming in a circle and they're having fun and there's playfulness and bliss. So her soul and all of our souls are enjoying the hell out of being in this human experience. This is fun for our soul. The whole thing. Our soul doesn't feel the negative emotions that we sometimes attach to life. The emotions are guiding systems. We're actually going to talk about this tomorrow. This is really good that that this is going on, and that for you, I mean, not good that it's going on, but it's good that you're asking yourself these questions, because tomorrow in the Moon Goddess training, we're going to talk about emotions. What are emotions, right? They are our guiding system. And when you look at everything from the perspective of the universe is saying, this is fun. This is fun. Like, her soul is just having fun. There's absolutely exploring. There's exploration, okay? We learn through experience. She is on the hero's journey. She is out there to discover herself. So no need to take her out of that experience. When you attach meaning, she could be having the time of her freaking life being homeless. And I know a lot of people that do. I know a lot of people that live freely and that are just out there, and they have the experiences that you would never imagine, that help them grow in such a powerful way that they understand themselves better. And it was almost like that was such a huge part of their learning experience, the experimenting of this experience. Remember that everyone is a perspective of the one. We're all different perspectives of this great being, this cosmic being that is experiencing itself through all of these different things. We attach emotions to it. We attach the worry. We attach oh my God, this is bad. This is really bad. We attach that to it. But the fact is that her soul is having a blast. And this is 100% something that needs to be allowed to happen. Don't interfere. Definitely don't interfere with her process. This is her process. It doesn't matter what you think about what is going on. That's the harsh truth. It doesn't matter that you think it's good or bad. What matters is that she's having an experience, and can you allow that to be what it is? Yeah, we judge ourselves so much. The challenge, the Emperor. This is the major arcana. Focus and stability. So the challenge is it has nothing to do, this is your challenge, right? So your challenge is to focus and find your own stability. You need to focus and find your own stability. That is what's going to help you deal with the emotions that are swirling around you that make you think that this is bad, this is scary, this is not good, it's not good, like that's the circle of negative emotions that's going around. So the universe is saying, this is actually you're part of this experience too, but you're learning something different from it. You're learning to detach by focusing on yourself and finding a stability within yourself. The overall theme of what's going on is the Four of Crystals, which I think is the four. Are the crystals? I can't remember. Four of Crystals. Yeah, I think these are. It's not the swords. Maybe it is. I can't remember exactly. But anyways, the Four of Crystals is about control and security. I have to learn. There's a little beaver in this card. Control and security. So the overall theme is, who's trying to control what here? Who's trying to control what? Where is the need to control coming from? What makes someone think that they are right and someone else is wrong? Where does that come from? And the sense of security is it a false security? The dam, right? The beaver builds the dam. And maybe the bigger lesson here is that as you find you are finding more stability in your life, because otherwise you wouldn't be confronted with things. You must have asked to learn about control, before you were born. You must have asked. You wanted to learn about control. And so to learn about how to find control, or to learn about like different ways of control and finding security in our lives, we obviously need to experience different ways that challenge us to find the meaning of what is control and what is truly secure, what is true security. Because someone can be, I think no, because the shells are the water. So it's definitely not the cups. It's definitely not the swords. It's either the pentacles or the wands. I think it's the pentacles. Yeah, it's the pentacles. But anyways, so what is this idea of control that you're experiencing right now? Why is this the overall theme? Do you have to build the dam, just like the Bieber? Or because some people go through life, and even though it seems like their life is completely out of control, they actually feel secure within themselves. Well, knowing she has mental imbalance and she isn't mature, I hope she's still alive. Again, it's both. This really is about you. I have to reiterate that the experiences in life are never about anyone else. That seems like a hard thing to recognize, but it is not about her. This is not about her. This is about you and what you're experiencing. And what you're experiencing through this experience is your lesson here. And that's the real focus. That's the real focus. Because you cannot control what she's doing and why. Especially if there's an out of, like you said, a mental imbalance. You can't. You know, I have tried in my life to understand why certain people act the way they do, why they do certain things, why it's okay. And I have learned that people who do not have mental imbalance, that's just their experience. That's their experience. So there's something deep here that is for you to truly understand. And I feel like this really has nothing to do with her. The process that you're going through right now, the questioning, the wondering, should I call, should I not, is nothing to do with her. Because I can tell you that she could possibly be having the best time of her life right now. Can you accept that she could possibly be having the best time of her life? And what if she was having the best time of her life? How would this change your perspective of it? And why the need to project everything onto her? All your worry and all your fears. I actually blocked her for a few months as she plays in my love for her to use me as her personal ATM, and I am practicing self-care first and have healthy boundaries. Yeah, this has nothing, again, it has nothing to do, I mean, everything that you're saying has to do, it's you. This is your experience. This is not about her. You're learning about boundaries. You're learning about the different ways of seeing the world. You're learning about this. You're learning about that. That whatever she's going through, that's her. And that's where, to me, and the way that I see these cards is that's where it ends. Like, there's no need to know how she is. You need to know that she's okay. And if you truly want to give someone the energy that they will be okay. Sort of like how we pray for people. Why would you worry about her? Because worrying about her sends that negative energy towards her. What you really want to do is visualize and project towards her that she's doing great and that she's doing amazing and that she is, that's what you want. That's the energy you want to send towards her. You don't want to send worry and negativity and fear and all this stuff towards her, because she's going to receive that. If you want her to be okay, send love, send compassion, send the fact that she's having the most amazing experience of her life. Send gratitude for the fact that she is not having an opportunity to learn something new herself. And be compassionate for yourself, because you're learning boundaries. And that's one of the toughest lessons to learn, is boundaries. And I've been through this. Not this exact situation, but I've been through the needing to set boundaries, the having to let go of it. Otherwise, you're connecting to that over and over again, and the story continues. It's the same story over and over. Send her positive energy. Do you really want her to be doing great? Or do you need her dependent on you? I mean, that's a deep question. Is when she's dependent on you, right? When those boundaries are being crossed and she takes advantage of you with the money, are you needing her to be dependent on you because that gives you some sense of control over her life and her security, because you have a certain definition of what security is? Hey, that's deep. Those are the questions to be asking yourself. Yeah. Because I can tell you that is not a healthy pattern. And obviously the situation is not ready to be in the healthy level. Obviously you're learning through this a very deep lesson, and she's learning something. All right, the wisdom from the ancestors. The Two of Acorns. I think it's the Two of Wands. Insight and focus. Again, the word focus comes through. This is also the hawk. And the hawk is bringing you a message. There's a message coming through. And it's a powerful message, a message of wisdom. Giving you insight and helping you to focus, to refocus your energy. And the message is going to be the next card. So I'm actually going to use the book, the Sacred Geometry Oracle Deck book, to dive into this one for you. Oh, I love this. So you get Tzolk'in. Tzolk'in is the Mayan calendar. This is literally a picture of the Mayan calendar. Tzolk'in. Look at the spiral. It almost looks like an astrology chart. And it says a circle of time. The ancient Maya, this is the message from the hawk. The ancient Maya, who were revered as master timekeepers, created a calendar whose accuracy has not slipped one day in over 25 centuries. This circular representation of a portion of that tradition, remember the circle energy that we also saw in the dolphin cards? This circular representation of a portion of that tradition, called the Tzolk'in, or sacred round, is based on a count of 260 days. As the illustration shows, 20 of these days are named, and they each have 13 facets. Pulling this card reminds you to consider how time is affecting your life. Are you engaging time as a wave that nurtures, allows segments for deep relaxation and personal development, or have you become enslaved to time, finding barely enough opportunity to get the essentials of survival in order? Take a brief moment to view your relationship to this cycle of time and the hopes and dreams you place within the circle of your life experience. View this card as representing a signpost, of cosmic order, a reminder that your time in the physical world is yours to orchestrate. Let time become a measure of the joy, growth, and freedom that passes through your days and nights. It's reminding you of the cycle of time and space. It's reminding you to say, you know what? That is out of my control. And the only thing that I can control is this, me, my internal world. What I create for myself has nothing to do with anyone else. It has everything to do with how I feel, what I think, what are my beliefs. So if you want to change what's going on out there, you have to change what's going on in here. And this has everything to do with this situation. What do you want to send? What kind of energy are you sending towards her? Very important. Obviously, you want to send love. Send love from where you are. Connect to her through your heart, through compassion, through understanding, but do not get attached. Do not attach, because then your cycle of time and space will become karmic, and it will continue to cycle over and over and over and over. All right, we got it. Thank you, Maria. And so I'm sending you so much love, because these are very difficult lessons to learn. But I am getting a little bit more comfortable with really bringing out like what's really here on the table. What's really here on the table, without feeling like I'm going to hurt somebody's feelings, because that's not helping anybody. Right? The fluff that I could technically do with my readings, I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in truth and only truth. And so you're going to take it, you're going to receive it in whatever way you receive it. It'll either resonate or not. But at the same time, it's the only way I can deliver messages. So, who's next? Heather. We've got Heather next, and then Tracy, and I will check the list again. And let's see, Yoni asked another question. Can I pay for a second one for a general read from the cards? Of course. Please do. And that one felt really heavy. And again, I just want to say I love you, Maria, and I feel you. And I feel you, and I've been there too. And I know how hard it is. At the same time, we got to get to the truth of what's going on. We got to get to the bottom. And that's the truth. This has nothing to do with her. What's going on in your mind and your emotions is nothing. That's why the cards are not going to tell you how she's doing, because how she's doing is irrelevant to what's going on in your life, your internal life. I knew this intuitively. I knew my need to help her was just feeding the toxic cycle. Yeah. When is the best time for me to post my information? When I tell you it's your turn. You're welcome, Maria. You're welcome. Yeah, Chanel says tough love. It's kind of intense. I don't think I used to do readings like this until I started to realize, you know what? This is not how to fix things. We're not fixing, we're not healing by fluffing things up. We're not. And so that's when I just kind of released it and let it go and said, I am going to just start speaking truth bombs. Okay. And then after Tracy, we have Yoni again. But right now we're waiting for Heather's question. Actually, after Heather, it's you, Tracy. Okay. Here we go. Let's add. So Heather, what is your question? And do you want astrology? Or if you want astrology, make sure you put your information. Amen, says Jump 42. Okay, what's the next step for me? I know there is another level. Ooh, I like that. Desire, support / direction. Okay. And then whether you want astrology or tarot, and if you do want astrology, then tell me your information as well. Yeah, it's so funny, you know, like, because honestly, it's like really you're just trying to make yourself feel better about it, right? The need to help is just so you can feel better about it. But that's not helping her. Because like you said, it just repeats the cycle, you know? Yeah. Yoni, that's hilarious. Okay, cards. Okay, here we go. Another card reading. I like it. So, what's next? What's the next step for me? I know there is another level. Support and direction. All right, what does Heather need to know in this moment? It's okay. Remember, the emotions are your guiding system. What are the tears? What is the feel? What's the feeling? What is it telling you? It's a message. Our emotions are like the hawk. They're like, hey, I'm telling you something. Are you listening? Are you listening? That's why if we learn, and we learn this in the Moon Goddess training, if we learn to pay attention to our emotions, they will tell us the pure 100% truth. All right. Yeah, no need to be sorry. Okay. We're all in this human experiment. Just kidding. Okay. The Hermit is the first card that comes out, Heather. What's the next step? Okay. So the revelation of what's next is coming, because what happens when the Hermit arrives, and there's a little koala bear, so cute. What happens when the Hermit arrives, it means it's a moment of contemplation. It means it's a moment of the wisdom is arriving. There's wisdom that is arriving. But this also means that you need to take time off. You need to go within. The wisdom will come from within when you go into your little cave, right? Like the Hermit goes and hides because it needs to process. So the revelation, it will come to you when you give yourself, the time. And you may already be doing this right now, and that's why this card is here. Or this card could say it's time to close the door to the outside world and go within. What's the challenge? The 6 of Acorns. Success and triumph. I love that there is an elk here. There's an elk. So the elk is it's like stamina. The elk is also like it's strong, right? It can withhold, it can like that, that stamina is it can hang in there for a long time. So it definitely leads to success and triumph. The challenge is that the success and triumph can take time, and you need to build up your stamina right now. You need to build up your stamina to deal with and to experience, to get to a place where you feel like the true victory in your life has arrived. So time to go within, shut the door to the outside world so you can focus on what's happening here. Part of the challenge is that you are learning how to build your stamina. The overall theme, another major arcana, the Temperance card, with a zebra too. The zebra is really cute. So the zebra is balance and harmony. The Temperance card is balance and harmony. So the overall theme is whatever is coming to you right now is you're finding the balance and the harmony, but that involves the internal processing, the internal contemplation. So if you build your stamina through this thing called life, or through whatever situation is that you're going through, you will eventually find healing. The truth is that you are healing. This is a powerful process of healing that's going on right now. Your spirit guides say the Queen of Acorns, which I think is the Queen of Wands, passion and creativity. So you have to step into passion and creativity. Your guides are saying this is a time. So going within is going to reveal things about your inner energy, what's going on inside you. That, in turn, that can be changed and transformed into passion and creativity. From that place of inner wisdom and inner realization can come the creative life force energy, the passion to create. And so it is about, you're going through a process right now. The next step for you is to let yourself be creative. Create things. Can you live more passionately in your life? The way to live more passionately is to do what you love. What do you give the most love to? What do you naturally give the most love to? What are those things that it's easy for you to love? Natural. If it doesn't feel like work at all, that's where the true passion, right? So if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. That's what this means. So the tiredness is doing things that you don't love, things that you feel obligated to do, things that you feel forced to do. That will drain your energy. So you need to take a moment to really look at what's going on in your life and ask yourself, do I love this? And if I don't love this, what can I do to, instead of do this, do something that I love? Oh, nice. Those words were coming to you. And then the last card, which is the card of the sacred geometry, is Echoes of One. And this is the message. It's a mirror image. Echoes of One. It's the greater whole. This card is a symbolic rejoining of male and female energies. It uses the concept of two whole individuals joining or birthing into a dynamic oneness. This new creation is not male or female dominated, but a prayer of balance for a greater whole. In each relationship, a dynamic exists that determines the balance of love and power within that friendship or partnership. We are moving from an age where power has been seen as dominance over others in order to attain specific goals, be that money, national security, or simply getting the job done. This is the old paradigm. As we enter the Aquarian age, this relationship to power will manifest as co-creation and become power to, not power over. This evolution will take place in individuals who make a conscious choice to cultivate shared power and cooperation. This card challenges you to observe relationships in your present life and to ask yourself if they exist in the old manner of power as dominance and manipulation, or if you are learning to cultivate shared visions for your future and the power to create divine oneness. The other thing that comes up with this energy of the polarities of masculine and feminine is the root chakra, and the law of generation, which essentially asks you to ask yourself, like, who am I and what am I creating? Like, how do I define myself and what am I creating? Which would enter into like the second chakra, and am I both connecting with, am I using the polarities within me? What I would recommend, Heather, is oh, you don't know the time of birth. Dang. Well, I would say look at your gene keys, because that kind of really help to understand the shadows and how to move them into the gift. But either way, you can tune into it internally. You can tune into it in a very internal way as to whether you are coming from that place of harmony and balance, like using all the polarities as a way to create and not to destroy. And that is your message, my dear. Okay, so now we've got Tracy, and I'm going to check PayPal real quick one more time. And you can do it. So I think Tracy will be the last reading for tonight. I just need to make sure no one else got on the list. So if you didn't get on the list by now, then the list is closed. So we've got Tracy and then Yoni, and then we're done for the evening. Agreed. Awesome. Do not pull any punches. Go full freaking Kali. Another thing, Yoni. I want you to have no expectations about the reading. No expectations. When you enter the space without expectations, you will get, because you have to trust you're going to get exactly what you need at exactly this moment. That's the lesson there. All right, Tracy, I think she was posting. Let's see if the question is not too far. My questions are pretty standard. There has been lots of expansion and frequency change going on in all areas. Family, work, money, relationship, even though it's non-existent. Oh, the relationship is non-existent. So transit. Okay. So let's hop on over here and then give me a second to share your chart, and then we'll get started. All right, so Tracy, and we've got, it's so funny because you mentioned Kali, Yoni, and Medusa, and they bring truth. You want truth? Truth is what you get. And the biggest thing about truth is that it tends to trigger us. Okay, here we go. July 12th, 1971. And then the question is, can we move through that trigger to find what's inside? What's underneath that trigger? Why is that coming up? Those are the questions that we really need to ask ourselves. Okay. All right, I think we got it. Hello, Chalet. Welcome in. Chalet, is that how you say it? What website do you use to calculate charts? This is called Astro Gold. It's a program that you purchase. It's an app. It's for Apple products. So you download it onto this is my iPad, or I'm sharing the screen of my iPad, or you can download it onto your phone. I think it's like $30. Or if you want to get the full-on computer program, then you get the it's like $200, I think, for the full-on like astrologers like program. But this one's really good for like looking at your chart, looking at other people's charts. This is the program that I recommend if you do my astrology classes too. So that's that. Okay. July 12, 1971, 10:05 a.m. Rockford. Okay, we got it. So transits. Let's look at transits. We're going to do the transits for today. Okay. So you should be able to see the chart now, and yeah, I love it. Yeah, you can get it for your phone too. Astro Gold, it's called. I like because it feels a lot more clear to me, the visual of it. So here we go. So lots of expansion and frequency change going on in all areas: family, work, money, relationship. All right, well, let's see what is going on with Shannon right away. Chiron Return, with what the transits. Okay, so I mean, honestly, like we can start there. The actual Chiron return. Let me just see something real quick. Yeah. So that is actually something that is happening for you. And that has been happening for you is the Chiron return. So this is a transit that happens when whenever we turn around 50 years old. And the journey with Chiron is a healing journey. Chiron in your chart shows you what is the biggest wound that you have in your life. And the biggest wound that we have is that we don't feel good enough about whatever is the theme, what sign and what house is Chiron in your house will show you the significance of that. So this is your journey of healing that you've been going through in your whole life is you're learning to understand, the list is close. You're learning to understand who you are, why you're here, and what do people want from you. That is the biggest lesson that you have been here to learn. And now you're getting to the point where there's a completion of that journey. And so it's almost like an illumination where you finally understand, oh, this is who I am. You fully step into your identity. And when you're able to say, I am this, then everything else kind of falls into place. And that's why the Chiron return is a big moment of healing. And so for the last year and this year, you've been going through this energy. So the culmination of that lesson, the culmination of that healing of that wound is going on right now. So that's huge. That's huge because this only happens once in our life. Biggest wound and healing that has been a theme in recent years. Yeah, totally. So that's big. Pretty big, like almost maybe the biggest thing. We may not even need to look at anything else because everything has been stemming from that. You also have, though, Chiron in the 8th house, and Chiron in the 8th house is Chiron is almost like having Chiron in Scorpio. So you are also learning your own power. Where does your power come from? You're learning to be okay with letting go and releasing and allowing yourself to symbolically die over and over so that you can be reborn and make space for what's becoming, who you are becoming. It's not really that you are becoming someone new. It's that you're just peeling away the layers of things that are not you. And so it feels like you're becoming, but really you're just finding your center. Really, you're just learning that who you are was in there all along. But you had to peel away all of the layers to become that, to allow that to shine out. And it's also about learning your power, to understand your full power. Let's see. So you've got Sun in Cancer, Moon in Pisces. So there's a lot of activity in terms of your moon right here in your 7th house. Moon in Pisces obviously is very intuitive. You're very intuitive being. Intuition, like dreamy also in relationships, like maybe a little attached in relationships. But Jupiter and Neptune are here this year. Like they're here. They have landed, you know? And now that they've landed, we're going to feel it. And if you have anything in Pisces, you're going to feel it very strongly. And it's going to feel good. It's going to activate your intuition in a way that you haven't maybe felt before. When Jupiter conjuncts Pisces, I think April 12th or something like that, they are going to be very close to your moon. And Jupiter is going to pass over your moon. So it's going to magnify and expand your intuition. So this is a year that you have to listen to your intuition. You have to listen to your intuition. You have to listen to your psychic gifts. You're very psychic. But I'm not saying like psychic in the way that you can predict the future. Psychic in the way that your psychic senses are strong. And if you listen to them, you will be guided. You will be guided in life. This latest retrograde in Capricorn with Venus is affecting home. So in the last couple of months, you have been learning to place strong boundaries with family members. And if certain relationships are just not serving you, not in a narcissistic way, are not serving you in if they're only bringing in toxic energy, doesn't matter whether they're family or not, right? The truth is this is over. Like this cannot be tolerated, because Capricorn has a very kind of low level of tolerance, because they have standards. So your standard for relationship, all of our standards for relationship are very high right now. Let's just say this Venus retrograde in Capricorn raised our standards, and we can no longer accept the same types of relationship behaviors and patterns that we used to do. And that's why we make the boundary. So the boundaries that you've been making are in relationship to family. Boundary setting galore. What are you referring to this, Yoni? So it's actually a good thing, Chale. That's a good thing. Let's see. What's another big theme? Okay, let's go with the nodes. So you've got North Node transiting mostly your 9th house. So we'll just talk about the 9th and the 3rd. North Node Taurus, South Node Scorpio. Well, that's okay. So Jupiter in Scorpio can be kind of intense. And this is in your 3rd house of communication. So you tend to speak. You tend to like share truth. You tend to need to share truth when you communicate. And this can come off really intense for people. Like not everyone's used to like that Scorpio energy coming at them. And I know because I tend to intimidate people a lot. And I have Scorpio, I have Mars in Scorpio and Saturn in Scorpio. So I intimidate people. I really intimidate people. Like people look sometimes scared of me. It's because Scorpio exudes power. And when there's true power and truth, like Pluto is this a Pluto ruled, and this is a Pluto ruled energy. So when there's power and truth and hidden secrets, hidden truths like come to the surface, it's like you don't have enough time to like sip it. It's like you gotta like swallow it, you know? And that's too much. Whoa. What am I talking about? That's too much, you know? It's not like you can take a little sips of tea. No. You got to like gulp the whole thing down. And that energy coming at you is gnarly. You've got the south node right now on your Jupiter, which means you're learning to let go of old ways of expressing this intensity and find new ways where you're actually rediscovering your power. We're all rediscovering our power this year, by the way, through this South Node Scorpio. So the South Node says this is the area of your life that you need to release and make space. Let go and surrender. What are you releasing? You're releasing old ways of speaking your truth. You're releasing old ways of communicating. And that has to do with your own power too, because like Jupiter here in Scorpio can be part of your power is contained, you know, with how you express yourself. So letting go of old ways of communicating, focusing, the idea is to focus on where the North Node is. This is where you can discover something new. And the 9th house is the house of integration, but it's also the house of expansion. So you're going to feel a lot of expansive energy as the North Node travels through your 9th house. You're going to feel drawn to finding new ways. Maybe you'll be going on a new adventure. You'll be going on a new adventure this year. And new adventures. They don't have to be physical, although they could be, because in Sagittarius, it's travel. It's about travel. So but you are going to be traveling to new territory, symbolically and possibly physically, that will show you new ways of finding stability, and that will feel kind of wild. Like, whoa, I've never done this before. This is new. But then the lessons you'll learn from that are your own sense of self-esteem will become stronger because of it. So that's where I'm going to end it right there, because I feel like that was a lot. But it is actually exciting. These are exciting themes that are coming up for you this year and for everybody, but it just depends on where it's at. That was a transit reading, Yoni. That was a transit reading. Okay. So it's your turn, Yoni. Chale says, I love Scorpio. I also have Mars and Saturn in Scorpio. Were you born in 1984? You must have been born around 1984. Tribe. Yeah, it's a little mix of both. But we just did a natal chart reading for Yoni a little while ago. And so I was just looking at aspects of her personality. So if you want to know more about your astrology, we can definitely look at do another astrology reading, or we can do the cards, whatever you prefer, whatever feels like is going to bring you the message that you need in this moment. You got to choose that intuitively. But again, as we get Yoni's information up, will you put it up again? Your astrology information. I want to say thank you to all of you guys that have gotten a reading so far this evening. I do this broadcast every Friday. Every Friday. So you can sign up the day of, or usually most people sign up as I'm live, but you can sign up between now and next week, like just fine. I'm going to continue that list going. And so it's really fun. It's really fun to do these readings. And like I said, I do them every Friday. So if you want to come back and hang out with us next Friday, that would be amazing. All right. So let's do a transit reading for Yoni and see what we got going on. Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm going to pull it up and then I'm going to share it on the screen. And then you guys should be able to see it now. Okay. I'm going to get really smart-assy, so don't. And I'm just kidding. I'm not talking to you, Joni. But I could get. I'm a Gemini, right? I got a lot of Gemini energy, so I start getting smart-assy. I'm the royal smartass. So, warning, fair warning. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. Here we go. The list is closed for the night, but like I said, I do these readings every Friday. And to get on the list, you have to send $25 to my PayPal account. Don't do it tonight. And don't do it if you're watching the replay, because sometimes I get the payment while people are watching the replay because they didn't realize I wasn't live anymore. So come back next week, Viren Der, if you want a reading. And then also I will tell you that I don't do those kind of readings. I don't answer those kind of questions. But you should know, what kind of readings I do. I do like, I don't know. We'll see. Let's check this out. Watch this next one and you'll see what I mean. All right. Transit reading for Joni. Transit reading. I almost responded right away, but I was like, chill. Okay, January 28th. Okay, we got it all right. So let's look at what's going on for Joni currently with these readings. Because you know what? Those kind of questions, like when is somebody going to return and when, no one can predict the future. And that goes into the level of fortune telling, and I'm not a fortune teller. I will help you dig through your shit. I will help you understand why you feel the way you feel. And a lot of people do not like that because they prefer the fluff, right? They prefer the fluff. I'm not a fluff kind of a reader. I will turn the mirror and make you look at yourself, because that is where the true healing is going to happen. So if you're interested, after I talk about all this, then by all means, come back next week. Okay, here we go. So we talked about, so I already looked at your natal chart, which makes it easy to just kind of boom, holy moly. Let's look at this. It's just jumped out at me. It's kind of gnarly. All right. So Pluto conjunct your moon. Are you feeling volatile lately? Are you feeling angry lately? Are you feeling like you want to rip things apart? Are you feeling like there's too much power? Are you feeling your power? Are you going through some kind of gnarly ass dark night of the soul? Because honestly, that's what Pluto conjunct the moon. But it's been on your moon for a while. It's just now it's exact. Pluto just entered 27 degrees. You have moon in Capricorn at 27 degrees. So this is going to be intense AF energy. If the moon is your emotions, and if Pluto is power. The intense emotions that you're going to feel right now are going to like drive you like to intensity. So everything is intense. Everything is like super, it's like almost too much. That's why you can get volatile emotionally, because it's almost like the emotions sometimes can't be, controlled. Although with your moon in Capricorn, you're gonna try to stay in control, but Pluto's like ha 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 ha, because Pluto's like whatever you little moon. I'm gonna run you through the washer, and when I'm done with you, and you're gonna know who's in charge. Okay, that's Pluto Moon. This is also in your 8th house, so there's a huge, you're going through a huge transformation, and this is something you've been feeling coming for a long time, since before, like in 2021, it started to get really like, holy crap, there's something going on, and it's like it's intense, and then now you're really feeling it. Like now it's like the peak of it, and from here on out, well, it's gonna take a long time. Pluto takes a long time. That's why these are difficult transits. Your little moon is like trying to keep it together, but Pluto's like, hell no, we don't keep it together in my world. We like let it out, right? You said like Kali. This is Kali. Kali is in your life right now, and is triggering the F out of you, and you are not in control. And that is really hard for you, because Moon in Capricorn and Capricorn energy wants to be in control. Pluto tears down the tower, shows you that you are not in control, and tells you have to surrender. And if you don't, I'm going to force you. I'm going to make you surrender. I'm going to show you how to surrender. That's why it's like, it's that's Scorpio, Scorpio is like very like strong, dominates, the energy field. So that's the first thing that's like, coming through. You're also going through a very powerful, I think I don't know if I said anything about it, but you're also you went through an intense retrograde where you're understanding relationships in a whole new light. And you're like, this works, this doesn't. Okay, we're done with that relationship. We're done with that relationship. We're done with that person. No more BS in my life. No more BS. And that is what is happening here. That's why you're setting so many boundaries, and why you're like, you're not okay with relationships wasting your time anymore. Because you understand now that your time is valuable, and that you are valuable, and that only certain things are allowed. You make the rules, right? You're making the rules. Okay. Let me continue looking through this and see what jumps out at me. Your healing journey. So, right, you're learning how to understand your own divinity. Shannon, you keep trying to, your lesson in life is to be okay, like to understand your relationship with God, to heal your relationship with God, to heal your relationship with the divine. This year that's going to be big, because when Neptune and Jupiter conjunct in April, it's going to be very close to your Chiron. So you're going to feel deep, like a spiritual, experience that will guide you closer to understanding and to healing this wound that you feel like separated from God, or that you have felt separated from God in your life. And let me see what else jumps out at me. We can talk about the nodes. So the nodes, South Node Scorpio, North Node Taurus, are going to be, right now they're in the 12th and the 6th house. And that's going to be where it starts, but it's going to finish in the 11th and the 5th. So you're going to feel this in both of these places. So what is the South Node telling you? It's telling you what to let go of and what to release to make space for something new. So right now it's about letting go of the idea. Plus the South Node is on your Neptune. So, and this could be with belief systems, but it could also be with your dreams and your visions. It's asking you to like redefine your dreams and your visions. And it's going to move off of your Neptune and it's going to move into your 5th house. It's also the 6th house where it starts, where this energy starts. The 6th house is the house of being present. So if there's ways in your life that are keeping you from being present, that the South Node right now is saying, get rid of the things that take you away from being right here, right now. That's why the intensity. Because being right here, right now with Scorpio, with a Scorpio presence, can feel like, whoa, really intense. But that's also a big thing that you've been going through all of last year because you've got Sagittarius at the cusp of this 6th house. And the South Node was mostly in your 6th house. But now, so let's think of the theme, the next theme, which is basically the 11th and the 5th house. So the 5th house, South Node in the 5th house, transiting the 5th house, let go of ways that keep you from being creative. Let go of the habits, the patterns, the stories, the addictions that give you a false sense of joy and happiness. What is giving you a false sense of joy and happiness in your life? This is inner child healing. This is going deep and healing the inner child, which means going back, to where it all started, where all of your traumas started. So it's a deep, like, personal journey this year. And then the North Node in the 11th is find a new way to see the world. Find a new way to see what's going on. Find that higher perspective and focus on finding stability by learning what true stability is. Which in this case, so the North Node in Taurus is about stability, but the North Node in the 11th is your worldview. So you're not going to feel stable. You're not going to understand why things are happening if you don't allow yourself to go through the darkness or the dark night of the soul, or if you don't learn to transmute your shadows, to heal the inner child and move into sharing your gifts with the world. This is a year where you are also going to be sharing your gifts with the world. And then after this 18-month cycle, you're going to go through your nodal return. So if you do the work in these next 18 months, when the North Node enters Aries, it's going to be your time to shine. It's going to be your time to learn, like, you're going to do things yourself, and it's going to give you self-fulfillment because it'll be at the same time you sharing your individuality, your own journey, and your own, like, the spark, the ability to start things, to create new things, and to help others with what you are creating and what you are innovating, or what you are beginning. What are you sparking in your life? And that's where it's going to be your time to shine. But right now, you're still doing the work of learning what does stability mean for you, and how can the stability will come when you change the way that you look at yourself, and you change the way that you look at the world, and you change the way how you actually share your gifts with the world. What does that actually mean? What does it actually mean? And let's see if there's anything else that jumps out at me. I think because your Mars is in Pisces, you're also going to feel that strong Pisces activation of taking action by trusting your intuition. That's the theme. You're kind of an idealist. So also you're learning how to let your dreams guide you forward. This is a big year of being creative through visions and dreams that you receive, that you have, about how to take action. And with Pisces at the cusp of your 10th house, that means that this year is a lot about you living your through life purpose, and you stepping into like how you show up for the world, and you show up for the world through those gifts. So to understand your intuition and how it works, and what are your strengths intuitively, that's one of the keys to understanding how you can show up for the world and live through your life purpose, which is part of it is to be intuitive. All right. I feel like that's everything that is coming up for me. So it's actually exciting. It's exciting that this year is the next 18 months are going to be about getting aligned, and then you're going to enter your nodal return, which is going to feel like it's your time to shine and to live out. It's going to feel like your time to live out your destiny. It's a really powerful time. All right, you guys. Thank you again so much, everyone, for being here and joining me on these mini readings, for everyone that signed up for a reading. And I hope that you have a beautiful weekend. If you're in the Moon Goddess training, I will see you, lovely ladies, tomorrow. And yeah, keep shining. I'll be back on Monday to do the Starseed channeled weekly message. Sat Nam, and I'll see you again soon.